Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We got to add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been getting bigger. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto. This is your week daily morning show where we bring you the latest in everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, we've got the first of the Black Friday deals going on right now. And no, I'm not talking about one of our sponsors. I am talking about Bitcoin. If you guys haven't already seen, Bitcoin has been on a major corrective movement over the last couple of days. We're currently trading a little over $90,000, and I'm very excited about this because finally we've gotten that correction that we were hoping Bitcoin would actually have. We hit $100,000 nearly, about $99,600. We didn't quite get there, which is exactly what we said was going to happen. It was going to be very difficult for Bitcoin to get to the exact level, but we would end up getting very close. And we've gone through our corrective movement. Now, the only thing we have to do is figure out where the bottom is, and then we're likely going to see Bitcoin turn around, bounce, and rally. This is an excellent opportunity to be loading up some bags because I don't believe at all that the all-time high was just hit for the cycle. I don't think we're done yet. Could we be? Yes, there's always a chance of that, but I don't think that's what's happening here. I think Bitcoin is taking a much-needed reprieve from this point in time. Bitcoin is going to be able to moonshot much past $100,000. You're going to see Ethereum do very well, Solana do very well, Cardano do very well, Chainlink do very well, Polygon do very well. All of these different projects that you guys have been invested in, and smaller projects as well, performing exceptionally well here during this bull market. I think that Michael Saylor is going to continue to buy. I think that on day one, we're going to have a lot of legislative and executive, or not legislative, but executive action going in favor of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space when President Donald Trump is inaugurated. And in general, I believe we are going to have a very bullish next few months on Bitcoin that we get to be very excited about. So when we see a Black Friday deal, we shouldn't freak out. If you walk in Target and you see your favorite TV 50% off, don't think, oh my goodness, oh no, nobody loves flat screen TVs anymore. They're going to stop making them. They're charging less for it. No, that's not what you do. You say, oh, sweet. I couldn't afford that before. Now I can. I can actually buy that, and it's responsible. Let's do it. And so that's what we're seeing right now with Bitcoin. The sky isn't falling because Bitcoin fell 8%. Oh, you poor thing. You're up 1,300% and dropped 8%. Oh, I'm cry me a river. Come on. Let's stay with the game. Let's keep everything in perspective, and let's keep on moving here and build some wealth. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. If you are new here, my name is Jeb McAfee. I've been working in the cryptocurrency space for over 7 years, teaching you guys about how to succeed in this market. And my biggest passion in life is to help you guys achieve something that I call financial sovereignty, that Bitcoin was designed to do. It is the technological manifestation of our first law of money, which is financial sovereignty. If we want to succeed financially, we've got to render complete and total control and authority over that wealth. And when we do that, we can set it on a collision course with growth so that, frankly, we have more resources to help more people and have a greater life. And that's what I want for you guys. I want you to surrender your money to God, control it, and then set it on a collision course with growth so that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. And that's what we're going to talk about here today through the context of Bitcoin. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Joe Bollier's in chat. Drian121 is in chat. Philly Skills in chat. Grand Roofing Incorporated. Pew Pew Poom 2 in chat. X-Dodger7 in chat. Alex Nybo's in chat, Coin Operators in chat, Lion Daddy, JJ Dixon's in chat, Joey Van Englenberg in chat said, hi, Jeb, how are you and the fam doing? Well, we're all quite sick right now. Luckily, it's not contagious through the camera, don't worry, but we are all been sick for about a week and a half, and you're not supposed to be sick that long, so we're going to the doctor today. I'm going to get to the bottom of that and try and get that fixed. Hope your wife is healed and well, brother. Keep your head up and live in faith. She is still going through the ringer, guys. She has not gotten better from her headaches and everything. Looking for some solutions to that. Roll Hendrick said, preach, Jeb. We need your wisdom for what to expect the end of this year. Well, thank you guys so very much. Let's get started. We got a lot to talk about. Bitcoin is currently trading at the time of recording here about $93,500. And I cannot stress this enough. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Bitcoin added $500 billion in market capitalization in the span of 3 weeks. From November the 5th to November 22nd, just a little over 2 weeks actually, we added $32,500 to the price. That was about $500 billion in market capitalization that was added to Bitcoin. Actually, it might have been a little bit more. And so, of course, Bitcoin needed a correction. Absolutely. That's a healthy thing to do. If someone goes and runs a marathon, do you think that they ought to go up and do you think they ought to get up the next day and go do that again? No, man. They need to sleep for 2 days. Like, go sleep. God gave you rest. You see, us humans, we get this backwards. We think either we need to do nothing and just rest all the time. And in fact, what you're doing is you're being lazy. Or on the other hand, and what a lot of people in, the growth mindset and the financial space, their idea is you just need to work, hustle. Like you're the little, you're trying to find Snow White, right? Work the whole day through, right? That's what we think. And it's good to work, but there's also got to be rest. God realized this in the first chapter of the Bible. He established 6 days of work, 1 day of rest. We ought to rest less than we work. We ought to work and then we ought to rest and add that. And there's got to be a balance. And so Bitcoin needs to, quote unquote, work. It needs to rally for us to be interested in what the price of it is doing, but it also needs rest. And so when Bitcoin is having this beautiful ratio where about 1/7 to 1/3 of the time it is resting and the rest of the time it is rallying, that's what we call a bull market. When Bitcoin is not resting at all, which is what it was doing in this time, that's what we call an explosive movement. And those cannot and should not last forever. Because if they do, eventually Bitcoin will rest, whether it likes it or not. And that's called a bear market. You see, when Bitcoin rests on its own terms, that's when you have a bull flag painted. And you're able to rally as much out of the bull flag as you rallied into it. People thought I was crazy saying, guys, look, there's a bull flag going on here. Bitcoin could take this and rally up to $100,000, and then it happens. It's only crazy till it happens, right? Because Bitcoin rested. There was an intentional period of rest here. We didn't come all the way back down to $20,000, but we came back down to 50. We didn't correct and undo everything we did, but we corrected and rested some. And so Bitcoin was able to rally. Anyone who knows music theory, you know that the musicality of a piece of artwork, of music, it's in the rest, right? You hear the double, you hear the rest, right? Dun 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 dun. There's a break right there, right? It's spice, it's flavor, it's beautiful. That little bit of rest, it's just seasoning. It's beautiful. And so that's what Bitcoin needed right now. It needed a little bit of rest. And good. Good for it, because there's a principle in nature that God put into creation, that he revealed in the first chapter of the Bible, which is that if you don't rest, you will be made to rest. Apply that anywhere in your life. You'll find blessings because of it. And Bitcoin is no different. If Bitcoin doesn't rest, it will be forced to rest. If Bitcoin had rallied right here, broke straight through $100,000 on strength that it had borrowed and gone into debt for, up to $125,000, that probably would have been the end of the cycle. And we would have had an accelerated cycle. A lot of people are talking about an accelerated cycle right now, and that's where they're getting this from. Bitcoin is rallying so flipping quickly that people are thinking, okay, Bitcoin's only going to be able to rally till May, and it's going to just kind of blow everything all at once, and then it's going to have a big bear market starting earlier because we rallied so fast. I don't want that. I want Bitcoin to take proper rest. So here's what I think Bitcoin is going to do next, and here's what I think you ought to do next. When Bitcoin goes through a correction like this, it doesn't scare me. If we look at the visible range volume profile, what you're going to find is that Bitcoin is still above most of its support. We built a massive ascending triangle pattern here with resistance at $90,000. Guess what? Bitcoin is still above, you guessed it, $90,000. You can see this white line here. I didn't draw this morning. I did not draw this white line on the chart this morning. I drew this on the chart a week ago, and it's been sitting here. And you can see that Bitcoin bounced off of it right now. This was our resistance. This was our local top that we had set here with our ascending triangle pattern, as you can see right there. You see that? That's roughly the level of resistance that we were looking at here when we built this inverse head and shoulders pattern, just as we said we would last week. The right shoulder was a little bit bigger, but we ended up building the right shoulder and rallied, right? Bitcoin is correcting back down to that resistance at roughly $92,000. If Bitcoin holds this, then great. Bitcoin has, in a sense, just gone through an 8.5%, almost 9% corrective movement that will give it strength to continue. But here's the thing. I'm not actually sure if Bitcoin's correction is done. And the reason that I'm not sure that Bitcoin's correction is done is quite simply because Bitcoin rallied so far. Bitcoin rallied a huge, long way. And so Bitcoin might need to come down to $90,000. Bitcoin might need to come down to $85,000. So what? When Bitcoin was up here at $100,000, you're thinking to yourself, "Oh my gosh, I wish I could have bought it at 85." And if we drop down to 85 again, then you're going to say, "Oh man, I can't buy that. That's crap. I can't buy that. That's on a downtrend. Oh, I never do that. Oh, I don't." Here's my favorite. I love this one. I don't want to catch a falling knife. You ever heard somebody say that? I don't want to catch a falling knife. Catch a falling what? Since when did Bitcoin cut you? Bitcoin doesn't cut you. You cut yourself with it. Bitcoin doesn't cut you. You cut yourself with it because you don't have the time horizon right. You're sitting here thinking, I'm going to become a millionaire next week on Bitcoin. When Bitcoin says, bah humbug, next week, Bitcoin might be down 50%, but you give me some time and Bitcoin will be up 2,000%. You got this backwards. You're looking at this from the complete wrong perspective. You're thinking, I got to make some money in the next 5 minutes. If I don't make money in the next 5 minutes, you're like a drug addict, dude. If I don't make some money in the next 5 minutes, I think I'm just going to sell everything and walk. What kind of relationship is that? You know, I was talking to somebody. They said, I'm going to give God. This is a true conversation I had in my living room with somebody. I'm going to follow God for a year. And if he doesn't bless me abundantly and give me everything that I want, then this person said, and this is a direct quote, I'm going to quit following God and I'm going to go sell my soul. This is what they said to the devil. That's what they said, right? They said they're going to go sell their soul to, and this is what they said to the devil, right? I would never say that. That's not what I'm doing, but that's what they said. I looked at them and I said, that's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And I love you too much not to tell you that. What kind of marriage is that? You're going to go, I'm going to marry you, and if you don't give me everything I want in the next year, I'm going to go cheat on you. That's what that's saying. Right? And that's what you're saying to Bitcoin when you say, I'm going to buy Bitcoin, and if it doesn't make me rich in the next 3 months, I'm going to abandon it. What kind of commitment is that? Do you believe in Bitcoin or not? Get honest with yourself, but quit trolling Bitcoin and allowing and just screwing yourself over. If Bitcoin goes through a correction and you're too scared to buy it, it's because you have commitment issues, my friend, and either that's because you have not fully accepted Bitcoin as one of your investments that you truly, genuinely believe in, which is fine, but then don't invest in it in the first place. Or two, you need to go back to basics and you need to understand what Bitcoin's all about and find your faith. Every time that anyone was ever afraid in the Gospels, you know what Jesus said? He said, where is your faith? Because the opposite of fear is not strength, it is faith. Where is your faith in Bitcoin? Either you don't have it because you don't believe in it, and that's fine. Walk and invest in the stock market. You can make money there too. Or if you actually believe in Bitcoin and you're too scared to buy it on the dip, then where is your faith? Do you believe in Bitcoin or not? But quit sitting here in the middle and acting like, oh, I kind of believe in it. Oh, yeah, I believe in it. And then it drops and you're too scared to buy it. If you're afraid of buying Bitcoin on a drop, you've got one of two problems. Either one, you do not have faith in Bitcoin, which is fine. Then don't invest in it, because I would never encourage you to invest in something you don't believe in. Or two, you've got your time horizon wrong and you're thinking, I just need to get Bitcoin. Bitcoin just needs to make me so much money right now. And if Bitcoin doesn't make me money on my schedule, then I'm out. Where's your commitment? You got a faith issue or you got a loyalty issue? You got to work those out. Your relationship with Bitcoin sucks right now, maybe. And so what's my point here? Well, my point here is I want to prepare you, because this drop might not be over. We might fall farther. Heck, we could fall all the way back down to $73,800. Does that scare me? Not a bit. Nope. Oh my goodness, Jeb, you just said Bitcoin could drop back down to, wait a minute, would that would erase the, but wait, Jeb, wait. That would erase the whole market. Could we drop? Yeah, we could drop down here. Yeah. Swallow that. Could it happen? Oh, yeah. That's a 25% drop. My friend, when I got into the space, Bitcoin would routinely drop 40%. Back in 2017, when I joined cryptocurrency, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, we saw 40% drops every 6 months like clockwork, buddy. You could set your watch to it. 40% drop in 13 days. I'd been in the space for 2 months. I'm thinking, what the heck is this? Bitcoin's at 5,000. Now I blinked and it's at 3,000. There's a hurricane going over. Hurricane Irma was going over. I lost my power. I turned it on. I'm like, what? Where'd Bitcoin go? It's gone. It's back to where it started. What's going on here? 4 months before that, Bitcoin drops 40%. Guess what? Bitcoin at that time was worth what? Was it worth 60,000? Was it worth 70,000, Jeb? No. Bitcoin was worth 5,000. It dropped down to 3,000. And everybody who panicked and freaked out and abandoned Bitcoin here because it dropped 40%, they missed out on the biggest rally of any major asset in the entire world over the last 10 years because they didn't have faith in the space. Do you believe in Bitcoin or not? Can you tell I'm kind of talking to my past self and sometimes my present self? Can you tell I don't even really realize you're in the audience, but I'm just kind of talking to myself here and you just happen to be listening in? I mean, that's the deal, right? I'm the only one in this room. You guys are all just privy to this conversation I'm having with myself. I'm telling myself this too. Do you trust Bitcoin? Guys, Bitcoin's dropped 8%. That's not a big drop. Now, I know there's a lot of you guys that are new here. I'm giving you some tough love because I want you to learn 5 years of lessons in an hour. Because your life will be better if you accelerate the wisdom. We've dropped 8%. If you're freaking out right now, that's a you issue, not a Bitcoin issue. Bitcoin could easily drop back down to $74,000, springboard, and rally to 200. That's how Bitcoin does. Have you seen the memes of like the girl's like, you can't, if you can't handle my crazy moments, then you can't have the rest of the good, right? If you can't handle Bitcoin's 40% drops, then you can't handle Bitcoin's 400% rallies. You kind of got to take the whole picture here, guys. And so, are you willing to do that? So let's talk technicals, and then we'll read chat here for a little bit because I'm sure chat is absolutely hilarious right now. Where is Bitcoin going to drop to? I would be inclined to say Bitcoin is going to drop farther than it has so far. We're going to explore reasons why that may be, but the number one reason why I'm saying that is just plain and simply because an 8% drop is a very small drop. I mean, we've dropped for 3 days, guys. This is nothing. Let's look at some technicals. I want to give a big, massive shout out to Lux Algo because Lux Algo called this entire movement. It called this entire movement. We had the buy signal come in here in September. We saw it get confirmed here in October, and it called the entire movement a month before Trump was even elected. Before Trump was even elected, we saw Lux Algo give us a rally here of about 11%. In fact, from the buy signal, it was a rally of about 16%. After the buy signal, after the election, this confirmed buy signal came in, and we saw a 51% rally, and it was all called by Lux Algo. Lux Algo is phenomenal. If you go out to the weekly chart, to my knowledge, it still has a 100%, the monthly chart. If you go out to the monthly chart, I do believe it still has a 100% perfect track record over the last 10 years of being accurate. It has not been, to my remembrance, it has not been wrong one time in the last 10 years. I don't see a single signal here on the monthly chart that has been inaccurate in 10 years. Every single one of them has been correct. Every single last one of them. In fact, this buy signal here called this entire bull market that we're currently in. On the weekly chart, it is exceedingly rare. I'm talking like less than 20% of the time for a buy signal from Lux Algo to be incorrect on the weekly chart. It has an incredibly high hit rate when you use our system with Lux Algo, which is buy signal plus trend catcher confirmation. On the weekly chart here, we can see the same thing happened as on the daily chart. We saw the buy signal come in here, October 14th, got confirmed with trend catcher immediately, and you can see the rally that ensued. We've rallied all the way up here to the top. You can see that this blue little X comes in as your long exit. You just completed a long trade. Now everything's resetting, and you're waiting for a new entry. That's what Lux Algo is saying. We bounced here off of one of the kind of reversal zones down here. It's not called the reversal zone. It's called something different, but it's called our trend tracer. I'm sorry, or the smart trader. Rather. And we bounced off down there, rallied into the bearish reversal zone, and then we're flagging out. Exactly where Lux Algo would indicate because we almost hit the top of the reversal zone and we didn't quite hit it. Lux Algo has absolutely nailed this, and so I want to look at what it's saying in the shorter term. On the daily chart right now, and this is part of the reason why I think a larger correction may be coming, it's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed yet because the daily candlestick's got to close. But if the daily candlestick closes at $92,700 or lower, we're going to have a confirmed sell signal. And that would make sense. We rallied right here into the reversal zones over and over. And so This is going to be an important signal. If this comes in and confirms, it does mean we're probably going to see at least a few more days of bearishness. We might even fall back down here to the smart trail, which would give us support around $85,000. It means that the corrective movement may not be over just yet, especially if we fall below $92,000. Then our next level of support would be $90,000. Below that would be $85,000. And so a corrective movement, instead of being... And it's really easy to calculate right now because we're retracing from 100K, so it's literally just a percentage of how far down you are, right? If we were to retrace from 99.6 down to 85, that'd be a 15% drop. That is more typical of the middle of the kind of drop you're going to see in the middle of a parabolic rally, right? That's what I'm looking for. And it's not a bad thing either, because remember, we've got a lot of bullish things going on. Stock market's hitting all-time high. Hit all-time high yesterday, probably going to hit all-time high again today. We've got Dixie here is climbing, which is part of the reason why Bitcoin's having a hard time, but Bitcoin's not going to be beholden to the Dixie forever. And we also know that Gary Gensler's, he's out. We know that Janet Yellen, out. Left a mess for Trump, but all right, he'll come in, probably clean it up. So we know we got Gary Gensler. We know we got Janet Yellen. They're on their way out. We've got some more people. We've got some new people coming into SEC and probably into Treasury that are likely going to be very pro-Bitcoin. We've got some bullishness coming in. We've got the first cryptocurrency president coming in the history of the world. Never happened before, not once. Trump in his first presidency didn't like Bitcoin. Actually, he's completely done a 180 on his tune on that. And I think he's genuine. You know, say what you want about Trump, but I do think he genuinely likes Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I could be wrong, but I think he genuinely does. He's got $5.5 million invested, mostly in Ethereum. He's buying Backed, right, which is a cryptocurrency exchange. And so I've got a very strong feeling that he's going to be seeing some more bullishness come. That his presidency is going to be bringing some more bullishness to the space. So there are a lot of things on the horizon to be looking forward to. There are a lot of things on the horizon to be looking forward to, so we shouldn't be freaked out. What I do believe we're seeing right now is a small correction that might be, the bottom may be in right now. I think it's close, but I'm not calling the bottom yet, right? The bottom may be as low as $80,000 to $85,000, but it is also possible that the bottom is here right now. And so what should you do? And this is where I'm going to turn it around on you. Y-O, you, right? What should you be doing? What should I be doing? Here's my opinion. I believe that what we ought to be doing is continuing to dollar cost average. And as we get further into a corrective movement, then we increase the amount of cash that we allocate into our portfolio. It's a very simple system. It does not need to be more complicated than this. Don't let anybody freak you out and make it seem more complicated than this, because what they're doing is they're trying to make it seem so hard that you can't do it on yourself, and they need to do it for you, and they're going to charge you a nice handsome fee for it. Right? It doesn't need to be much more complicated than this. You can tweak. I mean, you can get finicky and get. I'm not saying you shouldn't get an investment advisor if you got $1 million portfolio. I'm not saying that, but generally, this is what you need to do. Dollar cost average into the space that you believe in, that you believe will be worth more in 5 to 7 years than it is right now, and also on an interval, the same interval that you invest in, also save money and put cash into an account, especially as you think you're getting closer to the top and you want to turn back the investment. And then as you go into a corrective movement, you should have a pile of cash and you can dump some in the market. And so whether Bitcoin goes to 85 or whether Bitcoin only is bottomed out here, I would say it's a good time to start, putting a little bit more cash in. I don't think the bull market all-time highs in. I think it's going to take a little bit more time than that. But if you think it's going to go a lot higher from here, you can consider putting more cash in, because the market has gone onto a corrective movement. And that's the most important thing. If you want an investment portfolio, how do you get it? You buy it. Right? You're either given it or you purchase it, right? Or if you are the United States government, you show up at people's houses with guns and say, "Give it to us, or we will throw you in jail." But for the rest of us who are not, that don't have a God complex, we've either got to buy the investment portfolio, or we've got to inherit it. But that's not reliable. So what we've got to do is we've got to be wise about purchasing it. So let's read a little bit of chat. Let's not freak out about Bitcoin going through a corrective movement, and let's talk about where we're going to go next. Be careful with crypto if you're retired funds. Yes, I would not be taking retirement account funds and putting them into Bitcoin ever. Ever. There are people that have flushed their ability to retire down the drain in a couple of weeks of bad decisions. Don't do that. If you want to invest in Bitcoin, do it with new money. not money that was in a retirement account. If you're over the age of 65, 67, and you have no penalty access to those retirement funds, do not put them in Bitcoin. I repeat, do not put them in anything, because 5 to 7 years is a time horizon where, honestly, that your time horizon might not be that long in retirement. I'm not trying to make it, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but the fact is, you've already done the investment your whole life. You've already compounded the wealth. Enjoy some of it, right? You put a little bit in. But I have heard plenty of horror stories of people. They've got, $1.2 million retirement, done a great job saving their entire life, and then half of it goes down the toilet because they listened to someone that's 40 years they're younger and said, hey, go buy Dogecoin. I know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. You have no idea what you're talking about. You just cost that person the ability to retire peacefully. I mean, you literally ruined a part of their life. Like, don't do that. Please don't do that. Bitcoin is a long-term play. That's right. Crypto Carter's in chat said, Jeb, good morning. Good morning to you as well. Trump is a businessman. He genuinely likes to make money. That's kind of my point. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. This is a good comment. I love this. Roll Hendricks said, thanks for turning me into an investor instead of a gambling idiot, Jeb. Saved my financial situation over the last few years. I love to hear it, Roll. I love to hear it. That is exactly like we should just, our mission our mission statement is we want to help solve the world's problems, the world's financial problems, one family at a time, right? We want to help solve the world's financial problems one family at a time. We should just, throw that out the window, say helping people go from being gambling idiots to actual investors, right? That's our new mission statement right here. I'm about 15% stables right now, Dylan Stafford said. And that's my point. Every week you could put maybe 1, 2, 5% of your stablecoin position into the market as we drop. If you're going to hold it for long enough, then you're not worried about catching a falling knife. Bitcoin is starting to look like real estate. It can go through a drop every once in a while, but eventually it's going to come back up and it's going to go higher. That's just kind of what it does. Where does one get Lux Algo training if it's not if no good if one can't use it? Yeah, so we talk about it quite a bit here on the channel, and also Lux Algo does have a lot of really great training over on their website. I'm planning on doing some training for it as well. I've just never really seen much of the point because they've already got a lot of resources over on their website. If you guys have not already, make sure to go and sign up for Lux Algo with the first link in the description box down below. I love Lux Algo. You're going to get a massive discount right now, by the way. If you upgrade to Ultimate, you're going to get 65% off. Check the link down below. You're going to get a big, big discount. In fact, I can just go ahead and show this on stream here. Let's see here. Here we go. This is where the link in the description box down below is going to bring you over to Lux Algo's website here. They're going to show you all the indicators. I know Sean, the guy that founded Lux Algo. Before he founded Lux Algo, he was a viewer of the Crypto Jeb channel. Now Lux Algo is the #1 premium technical indicator in the entire world. Crypto, stocks, Forex, money markets, precious metal markets, etc. #1 paid indicator anywhere. And you're getting a spectacular deal right now. This is like 45, 55, 65% off. And it's only for another 3 days. You've only got like 3 days on this, guys. Hurry up. Hurry it on up. You got a lot of great things that you can buy right here. Ultimate, you're never going to see this discount again, at least until the next year. You might see it next Black Friday, but you're not going to see it till then. $251.96 once, and then $719 a year. So 65% off. 65% off, and I can actually talk about this now, which is really exciting. They've got the new AI backtesting assistant product has been released here for Black Friday. That is a very cool tool that I'm going to be showing you guys about, so make sure to check it out with the link in the description box down below if you have not already. Very, 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 very excited about all of that. I'm just trying to see if I have it here. Yeah, let's see. Here we go. I'm not going to get into too much of this right here on stream just because it is quite complicated, and there are tools to teach you how to do this on the stream, but you can see the backtesting, advanced optimization dashboard over here, the net profit, the kind of trades that you can set in, the profit factor, max drawdown. There's a lot of power in here. A lot of power in here for the backtesting, for the different ways that you would put things in. Like I said, I'm not going to go and do all this on stream right now, but there's a lot of backtesting capacity. This is the most powerful backtesting product on the market right now, and there's a lot of other tools in Lux Algo I'm going to be showing you more of. Like this is part of Lux Algo as well, right? You've got the Lux. I mean, if we just went ahead and turned everything on here, just not even everything, just some of it, then you're going to see, yeah, it would just completely cover the screen. There's so here we go. Look. You can see it's got the longs and the shorts here, right? The longs and the shorts here. See, long, short, See, that one was a bad one. Short, that was a bad one. Long, this was a good one. Short, long, that was a good one, right? And so you've got the, based on, this basically sets Lux Algo for you. Based on backtesting, says these are the different win rates. This is the amount of profit that you would have made based on the number of trades, the max drawdown, the profit factor. This allows you to set up Lux Algo in a way that you can just trade by it and forget about it and then adjust it with the backtester. That is incredible. You apply that over on Blowfin where you're going to be getting cash back from some of the deals that we're doing. Oh my goodness, if you're a trader, this is the best thing ever for you. Lux Algo has the very best backtester, which allows you to adjust the indicator in the entire market. I love all the other guys. I know a lot of the other guys that create other they have other indicators in the space. Lux Algo's got them beat. I'm sorry. It's just that simple. This is a no-brainer. If you're a trader and you don't have this, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Like this is so simple. 251 once, 65% off. AI backtesting assistant product. All 3 backtester strategy scripts. I just showed you one of them on screen. There's 2 others. And access to all the indicators. Make sure to check it out. Links down below. Let's read a little bit more chat. We're going to get back to the technical analysis. Jeb, can you talk about Cardano? Yes, we can. Absolutely. Michael Norris, I love this, said, quit with your heads in the clouds. Save your crypto and hold. You're not going to be a millionaire if you're just getting in now. Yes, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Should have some wisdom by age 65, I hope. Yes, you should. You should have some wisdom a lot younger than that. Let's see. And we will talk about some altcoins here in just a second. Give me 1 second. We're going to read a little bit more chat. So when does one get Lux Algo training? That's part of what the backtesting does. It trains itself. Isn't that cool? You just kind of turn it on, it trains itself. It tells you what to set it to. Very cool. Shadrach Frost said, well, good morning, folks. Hit that like button right away. It only takes a second. It's free, it's fun, and truly supports this channel. Thank you, friends. Yes, absolutely. Let's see if we can't get to 250 likes. Thank you guys so much. Ricky Owen said, hey, bro, you have a 37,500 subscriber follower Instagram trying to scam people using your name and stuff, and it brought me to your channel, which is awesome, though. Thought I'd let you know, brother. Well, I'm glad you're here. Sorry for the scammer. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people out there trying to impersonate us because it's easier to impersonate talent than to actually have it. Oh, they don't care. They're making money. It's unfortunate. Don't get scammed, guys. I'm never going to reach out to you unless, if you guys are coaching clients of mine, I might reach out to you. But generally, other than that, I'm never going to reach out to you. I'm not giving away free Bitcoin. I don't do that. Yeah. I'm so glad Gemini froze my account. Yeah, some of you guys actually got very lucky because of stuff like that. Everybody pray for Jeb's wife. Stop what you're doing and ask God for her headaches to leave. In Jesus' name, please heal Jeb's wife. Amen and hallelujah to that. We know he can do it. We know he can do it, and while we're still going through this, we're just trying to learn as much as we can because we know that tribulation worketh patience according to the Apostle James. Watched the last 2 bull runs. I'm here for this one. Looking long-term, Jeb. No emotions, just hodl. Love it. Make money with alts and turn it into Bitcoin. You can do that. Be careful, but you can do it. Let's take a look at some of what's going on over here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off Lux Algo's backtesting stuff. It's extremely complicated, but back up. It's not extremely complicated. It's extremely powerful. It's kind of out of the scope of this video, but definitely check it out. It's very helpful. Here on the daily chart, you can see that Bitcoin is starting to have, let's give the page a quick refresh. It's acting up a little bit. What we're seeing is Bitcoin is sitting here right below $93,000, and I do think that correction could continue, but I don't think we're going to have a 40% drawdown. I do think that Bitcoin's probably going to start doing something kind of like this. I think we're going to kind of build a ascending triangle pattern here, pushing us into $100,000, and from there we'll break. And that's kind of the prediction that I'm wanting to stick with right now. I think we're going to build an ascending triangle pattern that will lead us into $100,000. At which point in time, we will eventually break $100,000, probably sometime early next year. May take even past Christmas. And from there, then, all bets are off. Bitcoin's going to, go on a huge tear from there. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to happen right now. Some kind of bull flag forming here over the rest of the year, with a breakout coming later on in December, based on what I'm seeing on Lux Algo and on all of our other technical analysis. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the altcoins, because some of them have gone through pretty substantial drawdowns, but have proven that here during the bull market, they have the capacity to go quite a bit higher. Cardano is a big one. Try as other altcoins might. They have not been able to dethrone Cardano out of the top 10 pretty much ever since it got in. It rallied to $1.13 recently. It's back down to 91 cents. So that's like a 25% drawdown already, which is very helpful because it allows us to take positions in ADA if that is what we see to be fit. This correction right here has already been 22%. It looks small because Cardano's gone through such a massive rally, right? By the way, Lux Algo nailed this as well. Buy signal came in here, trend catcher was green, rallied all the way up. We had to take profit here and a take profit here. Two amazing, spectacular take profits. And right now, Cardano is going through a much-needed corrective movement. You can see we're actually on the bullish side of the reversal zone. Cardano needed a correction. The rest of the alts needed a correction. That's a good thing. Give the space a couple weeks to rest, right? Give the space a couple of weeks to rest. That's what we're learning right now, is that we need to give the space a couple of weeks to rest. And if we give the space a couple of weeks to rest, then it's going to be able to continue to perform like a high-octane Formula One race car. But if we don't give it a little bit of time, it's going to get bad, real bad. We've also got a sell signal coming in here on Solana. Remember, Lux Algo's buy signals and sell signals are spectacular. When you see a sell signal come in here on Solana, this is generally a very good sign that Solana actually needs a corrective movement. We see a confirmed sell signal here. Solana could drop back down, say, to $200, for example. We've got an all-time high that was set last cycle up here at about 258. That's essentially where we just went. Right, we basically hit the price action all-time high, and we're building this big old cup and handle formation, right? Got our cup, got our handle, maybe put another little handle in here, and then we're going to break out. Solana will probably go to $500 this cycle. I've been telling people Solana can go to $500 to $1,000 this cycle. People think I'm crazy. It could happen. I would not be surprised. I'm holding quite a bit of Solana. I think it's going to do well. And by the way, I have not started liquidating any of my altcoin position. We've got an altcoin position that we're going to liquidate this cycle. I haven't sold a French nickel of it. Not a Ukrainian nickel either. Not a Belarusian nickel. Not a Swedish kroner of it. Not a Swiss franc of it. Not one penny. Not one penny of it have we liquidated. I almost did. I almost liquidated a little bit of it at this recent top. I got close, but didn't do it. Not ready to. I think that there's a little bit more to go. After we break these all-time highs, after Bitcoin goes above 100K, and after Solana, breaks above 260, I'll probably take 1% profit a week. 1% profit a week, right? Something like that. We'll probably start there. But this market's not over. We're just getting started. So Solana, much like Bitcoin, is probably going to do something similar. We could have a drawdown to below $200, guys. Solana could drop a lot. I mean, it's rallied so far. I mean, Solana rallied from the bottom at $8. It's rallied 3,000%. It could have a pretty substantial corrective movement. Litecoin. Here's another one. I'm sorry, not Litecoin. Chainlink. Chainlink is another one. Chainlink's gone through a pretty decent rally. I don't think it's going to go through as big of a corrective movement because the rally hasn't been as big, but it's rallied 131%. It could have a pretty large corrective movement. It could drop 10, 20, 30%. I mean, it's already dropped 14%, right? So these altcoins are just fine. If you're looking to accumulate an altcoin bag, I don't think it's too late. But just remember, if you continue buying for too long, then you might have to turn around and sell pretty quickly, and you might not actually make that much of a return. And also remember, please generally only buy altcoins for the cycle that if it hit the fan and Bitcoin and everything just crashed immediately because of some world event, that you'd be willing to hold it for the long run. Because if so, then you future-proof yourself, right? Okay, you bought it at the top. All right, that sucks. Hold it for 5 years and you'll be okay. Like there are people that bought Bitcoin over here, not many of them, but there are people that bought Bitcoin right there. That they basically helped people take profits, right? They bought right here, forgot about it, and now they're over here, and they're like, oh man, I'm glad I wasn't here for these 3 years because that was I would have definitely sold at a loss, and now they're in a profit. They're up 20 or 30%. Buy and hold. I cannot stress this enough. I probably said I need a button over here on my soundboard that says buy and hold. Forget about it. Quit overcomplicating it. Make it simple. Buy something you believe in the long run. Forget about it. Forget about it. Sell it when it's in profit, right? You gotta go to Brooklyn. Forget about it, right? Forget about it. Buy something. Forget about it. What's so hard about that? I'll tell you what's so hard about that. I'm up 12.81%, but I'm down 0.73%. What if my profit gets erased? Well, if you believed in it for the long run, you wouldn't need to worry about that. You either have a faith issue or a commitment issue. Either you're not willing to hold it for as long as you need to, because you would rather have the money in something else. You'd rather have the money in Bitcoin, but you got it in Litecoin. You'd rather have the money in the S&P 500, but you got it in Dogecoin. You'd rather have the money in a stock in whatever, but you got it here, so you got commitment issues. You need to stick to the program, right? Or you got a faith issue. Either you don't believe in the space. You never should have bought the coin in the first place because you don't understand it, and so therefore you're not sovereign over it, and so therefore your spirit is telling you, you've got that I'm about to vomit kind of feeling. You ever get that feeling? That's the feeling you have. Why? Because you're not sovereign over that. You don't understand it, and so therefore, since you don't understand it, you are incapable of believing in it. So therefore, you should have never bought it. So sell it, or understand it so that you believe in it, and then hold it. Those are your only two options. A lot of people got 47 altcoins, and they don't have a freaking clue what one of them does. In the next 48 hours, sell them. Profit, loss, don't care. You're breaking the law of financial sovereignty, or understand them. Right? So understand your investments and have faith in them. Trust them. Should you trust them more than your savior? No. Should you trust them more than a person? No. But if you bought the coin, or if you bought the stock expecting to make money in it, then you had some degree of faith in it, which is why you bought it. So either mean what you say and hold it, or repent and say, I did not mean what I said. I said I believed it and I did not believe in it, so sell it. But quit sitting there on the fence. Quit sitting there letting your investments stress you out. If your investments are stressing you out, they're not the problem. You're the problem. But the good thing about that is that you can control you. You can't control Bitcoin, but you can control you. So if your investments are stressing you out, I'm here to tell you, because I love you, that it's your fault. So do something about it so that you don't have to live like that anymore. Quit yelling at your kids because you're worried about your altcoins. Welcome to the future. It only takes time to read up on them in order to understand. That's right. We're going down to 78. Sell and buy back. Sell and buy back. Don't be stupid. I mean, you could do that. That's called a short trade. If you're a trader. If you're not a trader, then don't do that because you're not a trader. Or anxiety issues. My old man has anxiety issues and he didn't listen to me at the bottom of the recent market. Yeah, I mean, or you have anxiety issues, but where does anxiety issues come from? It comes from being 1 foot in, 1 foot out your whole life. Anxiety is just another word for fear. What did Jesus say every time somebody was afraid? Where's your faith? When Peter's walking to Jesus on the water, he was walking on water. Man's walking on water. When did he start to sink? It says, and he looked at the waves and they were tumultuous. He looked at the water and it was fierce. I forget the exact wording. But as soon as Peter took his eyes off Christ, he's looking at Jesus, right? The second he took his eyes off Jesus, who he has faith in, he looks at the water. He got freaked out and he started to sink. And then Jesus grabs him by the hand, pulls him into the boat, and he says, where is your faith? O ye of little faith. O ye of little faith. He took his eyes off Christ, who had faith in, and then he fell. The second that you stop having faith in something is the second that you will fall. So either don't have faith in it at all and completely get out of it because you should never have had faith in it in the first place and it's untrustworthy, or trust the process. But quit being 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Oh yeah, I'm going to walk on the water, but I'm not going to trust you, Jesus. Guess what happens? You're going to freaking sink. That's where anxiety comes from. Fear is not the opposite of strength. It is the opposite of faith. You've got to have faith in those things that you said you have faith in. Don't go off topic too much, dude. Cena, you don't understand. I am exactly on topic. I'm exactly on topic. The reason that people are failing in Bitcoin, the reason that people are not getting the kind of gains that they need is because they don't understand the spiritual element of money. They don't understand their relationship to their investments, and it's because they do not understand themselves that they will never have the capacity to build wealth. If you want to hand all this off to an investment advisor and say, I don't want to hear about it for the next 10 years, fine, do that. But if you're going to manage this stuff yourself, you've got to understand that as soon as you bought a cryptocurrency, as soon as you bought a stock, you entered into a relationship with that, not a human relationship. You entered into what should be a sovereign relationship with that investment. And you've got to understand how it makes you feel. You've got to understand how you feel about it. And you've got to understand the dynamics between that. If you buy Bitcoin and you don't believe in Bitcoin, the second it drops, you're going to sell and freak out. And guess what happens? You're going to get left behind. And that's my biggest concern for you guys right now, is not being able to handle these little corrections because you only want the rallies. And so that's the encouragement I would give you guys, and that's the encouragement I ask you guys to give out other people as well. Either you believe in it or you don't, but choose. All right, let's read some chat, and we're going to wrap it out here. Hi, Jeb. Possible to make a short video for current ADA? I do plan on making a lot more videos, guys. I'm actually very excited to announce we just decided on who our editor is going to be on Friday, which is awesome. Very excited about that. So we're in the middle of onboarding him. He's out of Switzerland. Very cool guy. And so we're going to, when we we're going to be continuing to make more videos and passing those off to him. We got to kind of build the system and get everything back online, but we're going to be having a lot of great videos coming out. One of them will most certainly be about Cardano. That's absolutely right. Michael Norris said they put money in and are worried 24/7. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I've watched a lot of people. They buy something and then 2 minutes later, oh, it's down 0.02%. Time to sell. Like, no, that's part of the process. It's okay. It's all right. Chill. It's all right. Anson Tio said, thanks, Jeb. You're very welcome. Bitcoin not going to 78K. I'm not saying it's going to go to 78K. I'm saying it could go to 78K, and that would not be a bad thing. It'd be fine. You should be grateful for this advice when you have anxiety about your bags. Yes. Either you should not have bought them in the first place, or you did the right thing and you need to have faith in your decision. Either you need to repent of the decision you made, which repenting does not mean you're a terrible person. It means that you it means that you want to change your decision. Either you repent and you sell it because you should never have bought it in the first place, ASAP, whether it's in profit or not. Not, I'm just going to hope and see if it rallies a little bit so I can sell and get it. No. Gone. If something in my life is not under control, gone. If I cannot control it, and I'm supposed to be, gone. Now, there are some things I'm not supposed to be in control over, right? Friends, the government. Like, I'm not just going to say gone. The things I'm supposed to be in control over, I got a car out in the front yard and I can't take care of it, I'm selling it. Because things you are not in control over stress you out. And that's the same thing with your altcoins. If they're stressing you out, then you either need to have faith in the original decision you made, or you need to sell them because your decision was wrong. And either are fine, but quit sitting there in the middle being freaked out. Or they buy utter junk and expect it to go places only because friends got it. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the case. That's exactly what a lot of people do. They buy Bitcoin, not buy Bitcoin. They buy altcoins because their friends said, oh, you should buy this, you're going to make a lot of money. And then you're going to be fine. Okay. Don't invest in what you don't understand. Take the time to educate yourself before tossing money at it. Hashtag education, hashtag FinSov. Hey guys, hashtag FinSov. Exactly. It's that exact same guiding philosophy that we've had the entire time. And by the way, I was praying about it and considering it for months, and I finally decided to pull the trigger, and I want to, rather than saying I want to, I believe I'm supposed to add a law to the laws of money. I don't like to adjust our teaching unless I am quite confident that it is directly God's will for me to do so, which is why I spent several months praying about this. But I wanted to go ahead and share this tweet that I posted. After much prayerful consideration, I have come to understand a simple biblical truth. 6 means imperfection and incompleteness. Just as creation was not complete until God rested on the 7th day, in the same way the 6 laws of money are incomplete until the 7th is added. The 0th law of money, therefore, is as such. It is not your money, it is God's money. Surrender your money to God along with your life. This is the primary call of mankind when it relates to your finances, and it informs and inspires the first law of money, which is financial sovereignty. More to come. And this video, this stream, me kind of announcing that is part of that. More to come. That's one of those areas that I believe that I needed to be kind of shown by the Lord. Hey, you're missing something, and I don't want to miss that. So there are 7 laws of money. From henceforth, they will be referred to as the 7 laws of money, and the 7th law of money, which underpins the other 6, which is why I didn't make it the 7th law of money, because the order matters, is the 0th law of money, which is that it's actually God's money that you are managing. The first law of money is to choose financial sovereignty. After you realize that it's God's money and you're managing it, then your choice is to say, I'm going to manage this well, and I'm going to manage it well by controlling it, but it's a gift from God. Then we're going to live on less than we make. We're going to have a written plan for our money. We're going to get and stay out of debt. We're going to save and invest. We're going to be radically generous. Those are the 7 laws of money. And just in the same way that 6 means something is incomplete, I think in this case, 6 meant that the laws of money were incomplete. So they are now and forevermore known as the 7 laws of money. And I'm very glad to be able to bring those into greater alignment with what Scripture teaches. So big announcement there. Want to make sure you guys know that. Very happy about that understanding that I've been given. So thank you to the Lord for that. Day trading is a rat maze. Go long like multiple years and don't touch it. Yep, pretty much. Huge income equals huge investment equals huge ROI, or ROI equals low stress. If you can get those three parts of the equation to cooperate, yes, true. Michael Norris said, hashtag FinSov. That's right. George Carlin, God is all-knowing and all-wise, but he needs money. No, he doesn't. God does not need your money. God does not need your money. Now, Vintage Excellence, I know you're not saying that. I think you're quoting somebody named George Carlin, who I'm not sure who that is. But, yeah, the bottom line is God doesn't need your money. He chooses to work through your money, but he doesn't need it. That's how he chooses to do a lot of his work, but he doesn't have to do it that way. He chooses to do it that way oftentimes, but he doesn't have to do it that way. Cron Mister said, Jeb, glad to see you back at work after an extended weekend. Yes, we went to Busch Gardens. It was quite a lot of fun. I went on Montu, and I thought I was going to die. The whole time I was like, we're just kind of riding along. I'm like, Jesus, if I die, I love you. If I die, I love you. I'm just like, I'm going to die. This is it. I'm dead. We got to the top, looked up. I haven't been on a roller coaster in 12 years. Looked over at the top I'm with my brother-in-law, and I'm like, I see the roller coaster. I'm like, is that the rest of the coaster? He's like, yeah. And I just go, okay. All right. Oh, George Carlin. I know that. I've seen this guy's face before. Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah, I know who this guy is. Yeah, I've seen this guy. I didn't know his name. I've seen him. He died in 2008? Are you serious? What? I did not know that. I thought that guy was still alive. I feel terrible now. All right. Yeah, no, he was quite funny. I have seen him. I have seen him before. All right. Well, guys, I also want to give a big shout out to NordVPN. If you guys did not already know, there's a big sale going on Nord right now. And you can find that over here at nordvpn.com/Jeb. Really important you go sign up for this because there's a lot of savings going on. If you hit get the deal here at nordvpn.com/Jeb, you can see you're going to save like 73%, 75% almost. For $91.53, you're going to get 28 months of Nord, and Nord's going to keep you safe while you browse online. If you don't sign up for Nord, then what's going to happen is you're liable to get hacked. Like, NordVPN is basically a cloaking device for your internet connection. It's very important because it keeps you invisible, which keeps you safe. So make sure to check out Nord with the link down below. All right. All right. Also, make sure to check out... if you have not already, make sure to check out Blowfin. Guys, the War of the Whales is ongoing. If you guys have not already signed up, there's $1 million prize pool awaiting. You can go sign up with our link. I think the pool is actually closed, but especially if you already have a Blowfin account, make sure to go join up under us. You can see our team down here has $2,100 of rewards that are going to be distributed to them. We've got over $30 million of trading volume, 600 and some people on our team, so make sure to sign up with the link down below if you have not already. Really big deals going on over there, and we've got some pretty cool stuff coming for all of our Blowfin invitees coming up very soon. Last but not least, guys, check out Uphold. If you guys haven't already, Uphold is great because it is basically a place where you can build your nexus in cryptocurrency. You need a central hub to do everything in cryptocurrency. You need a place where you can say, this is where I'm going to do my fiat to my cryptocurrency conversions. You need a place to say, hey, when I'm storing cash, I'm going to stack cash here. That's what you do with USD interest. This is the best interest-bearing account in the entire cryptocurrency space. You need a place to store your Bitcoin safely. Well, guess what? That's where they've got Vault. To keep you guys safe there. You need access to transparency and security. Uphold's got your back. They've got over $5 billion here in assets in reserve. They are always 108. They're always 100% or more reserved. You need somebody that's trustworthy and simple. Uphold's got the simplest user interface in the entire game. I'd say they're simpler than Coinbase, and that's saying something, guys. Uphold is the simplest, most powerful home for you to build your home in cryptocurrency. Everybody needs that one home. In personal finance, it's your budget, right? And it's your bank account. In the cryptocurrency space, it's your investment plan, and it's Uphold. So make sure to sign up for Uphold. Links down below. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. We'll reach out here for a couple more minutes, then we're going to wrap it out. Pumpmaster Flash said, I'm for real. Y'all going to miss out. Watch. Yeah, you do have to be careful. Oh, you're talking about a coin. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure about that, about the coin in particular. Let's see. All right. Well, I do appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. Look, Bitcoin is going through a corrective movement, which is a good thing, and it won't last forever. And the all-time high is going to be coming back soon, and your investments are going to do well. I don't tell you that if I don't mean it, but I do believe that's what's going to happen. So Stick with the plan, continue to dollar cost average, have the appropriate time horizon, understand Bitcoin can go through multiple year bear markets sometimes, and that's okay. That's just a time to accumulate more, and continue to stick with the plan. You're going to be just fine. If you guys enjoyed today's stream, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more content. We got more stuff coming out. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.